Hello everybody and welcome to your weekly RuneScape Byte. I am Shane12088 and it is Monday, January 21st, 2019. This week sees the return of the Winter Wolves, so that means that Hati, Skoll, and Fenrir are back for their yearly appearance and they'll be in game until February 11th. The mechanics for Hati, Skoll, and Fenrir remain the same, but rather than trading players to obtain both Ear's spear and helmet, you'll now receive a Jormungand ring, which you hand into Ear for the same bonus prayer and divination experience. It makes the event simpler in that you don't need to find someone to trade with. The event has also been made into a currency event where you can get Valkyrie feathers through skilling, combat, or daily challenges. There's no limit to the amount of feathers that you'll receive, and you'll require 20,000 feathers in total to complete the event by February 11th. Upon killing Hati, Skoll, and Fenrir for the first time, you'll receive about 200 feathers per kill, so around 600 in total. And here at Update, we haven't yet confirmed whether or not this is a daily bonus or a one-time offer. We'll be back with that on this week's episode of RSBANDB Update. For completing the event, you'll receive a Jormungand cosmetic weapon set override, including sword, two-handed sword, staff, wand, bow, practically everything, you name it. You'll also get the chariot teleport, a Valkyrie bobblehead, and the Of the Valkyrie title if you complete the entirety of the event. Also, just in time for double XP weekend in 1 month, Vic the Trader is back and he'll allow you to trade in bonus XP for his usual set of wares. Unfortunately, there's no new elite skilling outfits this time or new items at all that have been added to his shop, but you might want to invest in Dwarven tools if you're currently mining for Masterwork. And the reason I say that is Dwarven ram hammers greatly increase the speed at which you mine, and even though you'll have to give up experience, they bring that ore in just so fast. I love these things. That's what I spent my points on. Now moving on to the patch notes. The damage modifiers from damage-enhancing scrimshaws, berserker auras, and the metamorphosis ability are now calculated earlier. This means that bosses face correctly when they reach their HP threshold, and mechanics that rely on damage to progress, such as Telos Tendrils or Virago's pushback phase, will now take additional damage from these modifiers into the equation. The insta-kill on the last phase of the Solak fight will now no longer consume signs of life or death, and Jagex did this because when you're fighting this, they built in an automatic resurrection for your player. Allowed a warn slot to be added to an action bar slot, allowing you to use that slot's option even when switching items. Players now have the option to turn off mining hit splats for critical swings and opportunities. This can be found in the settings, gameplay, and game interaction menu about halfway down, and there's a known issue with this that hit splats are currently causing players in safe mode on Java to crash, and the ability to turn off hit splats now allows these players to mine without crashing. A forge and anvil in the Yanil workshop have been moved to allow clue scroll enthusiasts to once again dig from within the buildings. Clue hunters rejoice. Steel and iron plate bodies can be smithed into iron ingots. The smithing auto heater will now consume 5 coal instead of 1 to reheat in-progress smithing items at 0 heat. The Rune Minotaur pouch now uses 100 spirit shards instead of 1 spirit shard. There's a new user setting called Automatically Trigger Regenerate, which activates when leaving combat. The setting can be found under Gameplay, Combat, then the action bar. This setting is disabled by default for existing users, but will be enabled by default for any new users or returning users that have lapsed over 3 months. And that's it for the patch notes. If you guys have questions for this week's podcast, you can send them to update.rsbnb.com/ask, questions@rsbnb.com, or send them in via Twitter through a direct mention to us or a direct message at rsbnb. And finally, if you found this video at all useful, be sure to like or subscribe. See you this weekend.